Hi everybody, Russell Markham here from VectorVest. Bitcoin ETFs, they have been on fire lately, surging up in price. These are the 11 new listed ETFs in the US market. So we're going to take a look at that today. Now, just before we get going here, please note our license numbers there. In addition, please note, general advice only, past performance, no guarantee future results. It's any forecast or back test we use today. It's a guide only, and those actual results may be affected by known or unknown risks and uncertainties, and therefore may differ materially from the results ultimately achieved. With that said, let's jump out of here and let's take a look at the first one I want to show you here. So the first thing I want to show you here, companiesmarketcap.com lists all the biggest assets in the world. Look at this. Bitcoin has just overtaken silver. It's now a $1.42 trillion asset as of time recording here, 5 p.m. Queensland time, 13th of March 2024. It has just flipped silver. It's taken over silver. All right. There's a lot of talk about Bitcoin getting up to gold, or at least getting pretty close to gold. Time will tell. But look at that. It's now the 8th largest asset in the world, effectively. Some other research I want to show you here. Bitcoin ETF assets more than halfway to surpassing gold funds. So Bitcoin ETFs have only been around for about, 60 odd days, and they already hold more than half of all of the money invested into gold ETFs. Phenomenal. Right, so the additional thing I want to show you here, right, you might be wondering, what are those 11 ETFs? Well, here they are. All right, so IBIT, HODL, and you can see all the codes over there. You might want to jot some of those down to take a look at them. But these ETFs have been surging big time. Now, what I'm going to do here, so I'm going to quick test all these. I'll quick test in VectorVest. I've got this application here, quick test. And what I can do is I can go back in time. Now, on the 10th, I believe it was the 10th of January, these ETFs were approved, and we started tracking them by the 12th. All right, so I go 12 January to 12 March. And I'll show you the returns there. Look at that. All pretty much 57 to 65, neither here nor there. The average is 62 across those ETFs. Phenomenal. All right. And you might be wondering, well, who are these providers of these ETFs? Now, if I just jump back in here to show you, these are household names, a lot of these, right? You'll see here, Van Eyck, Grayscale, Fidelity, Franklin. It's not small companies by any stretch of imagination. A lot of these are big household type names. And so anyway, researching it a bit further, what I did here is I had a look. So iShares is owned by BlackRock, big household name there. So BlackRock effectively is the owner of IBIT. Here's another bit of interesting information at the moment. About 900 Bitcoins are being mined a day. So all the algorithms out there to unlock the Bitcoins. So about 900 new Bitcoin supply comes into the market each day. And my understanding, based on my research, is demand currently is between 10 to 12 times out a day. So, effectively, one-on-one economics, you've got more demand than supply, then price needs to effectively adjust upwards to accommodate. So effectively, that's what's starting to take place. Interesting, isn't it? And you'll see over here, so here's Fidelity. They've got the ticker code FBTC. So that was in that list. Quite an interesting ticker code here by Van Eyck. They've got I think it's HODL is their ticker code. Over here, I'm just seeing over here, HODL. And that came out from a meme or certainly a post a couple of years ago, where a Bitcoin holder had written a post saying, I'm going to hodl my Bitcoin. He meant to say, to hold my Bitcoin. It was a typo. And then it became like an affectionate term afterwards, where it was, I'm going to hodl. It means I'm going to hold no matter what. So interesting. It's a bit of stuff there for you. YouTube, you'll see here, I've been talking about this. This was back done in 21, 22. We spoke about Bitcoin and the blockchain. And if I go in and have a look in VectorVest, you'll see here for VectorVest Australia subscribers who've been subscribing to VectorVest, we write a weekly essay each week, and you'll see over here, my father and I had written this essay. Where was it? Back on February the 12th, 2021, we spoke about blockchain stocks in Australia. Anyone been following the Bitcoin price, and on we went to write about how interesting Bitcoin was, and then we also mentioned stocks in the Bitcoin space. One of those that we mentioned, I believe at the time, was MicroStrategy. Anyone been following the price of MicroStrategy? MicroStrategy holds, it's about what, 10 or 12 billion US dollars now of Bitcoin on their balance sheets, and the price has rocketed. So we'll look for MicroStrategy. Let's type it in. So some of the functionality in VectorVest, MICRO, I think there we are. MicroStrategy, MSTR is a ticker code. Look at the price. Look at the price in recent days here. So over the last 3 months, it's gone from, what was it, $516 to over, what's that now, $1,500 in price. Phenomenal. When you look at it going back in time. All right, so now it's over $1,500 in price. All right, so there we are. There are all those ETFs. Let's just hop back to here. Here they all are. All right, remember what I did there? I just tested them all since effectively we started tracking them, and we have had a phenomenal 60+% returns. All right, so what do you think of Bitcoin? Do you think it's sustainable? Do you think it's going to keep going up in price? Do you think institutions are going to continue to buy in? The beautiful thing with VectorVest is you've got it all now here at your fingertips. Just create yourself a watch list, put those 11 new ETFs in, and we can show you how to do all that once you take out a trial. It's really easy to set up, and then you can track it each and every day. And the last thing I'll leave you with here is, if you want to know if and when that price is going to start falling away, put on a very useful indicator here called relative timing RT. It's looking at short-term price momentum, and all we're going to be looking for here is when we see relative timing starting to break down and falling below 1, it tells us that the momentum surge is coming to an end. You can see here RT broke above 1 here. So if you go and have a look at the price, what was the price? $23.99, call it 24. Look at that, it's raced all the way up to 40. Look at the RT, short-term price momentum indicator. It has not fallen below 1 since. All right, so the power of VectorVest there at your fingertips. What do you think of all those blockchain technology type offerings? What do you think of Bitcoin? What do you think of the Bitcoin spot ETFs? 11 new ones there, approved by the SEC. Phenomenal returns. Let us know there in the chat comments. Thanks again. Until next time, bye for now.